Well, this wasn't the movie I was supposed to review next, but it is now. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another first time watch review, and today I will be reviewing The Breakfast Club. Yes. Like I said, this wasn't the original movie I was going to review next because my last review was a rewatch review of True Romance, and in that video I said at the end that my next review was going to be Inside Man. Well, I did explain this in my last video, but yeah, there's many reasons why I'm not reviewing Inside Man right now. Instead I'm doing this, and also there's a bunch of reasons why it took me so long to make another review. Um, okay, so I watched Inside Man, and I'll go ahead and say it, I enjoyed Inside Man. I thought it was really good. But I got really confused by the third act of the film, and usually whenever sometimes whenever I do a or a first time watch review, I'll watch it again and see, like if I don't understand a movie, I'll watch it again and then I'll do the review. But I kind of feel like that's cheating if I should call it a first time watch review. Like there's been a few movies where I did that, like Mulholland Drive and The Royal Tenenbaums and some others that I've reviewed. I actually watched twice, and that's kind of cheating because really, it's called a first time watch review, so it should be I should just watch the movie once before I review it. Which I was actually going to rewatch this before I reviewed it, but I decided to just go ahead and do this review. But my opinion on this might change, so yeah. But keep in mind this isn't an honest review, so I do like this movie. Anyways, so I will review Inside Man in the future, but it'll be a rewatch review. So yeah. So yeah, that was what it was originally going to be, but this wasn't the second movie I was planning on watching after that. It took me two more movies to finally do a review. After Inside Man, I tried to watch Sin City, and that one I just wasn't in the mood. I didn't even finish the movie. It wasn't because I didn't like it or anything. I actually kind of did, but I just wasn't in the mood, so I didn't finish it. So yeah. I will do a review of that. I will finish it and do a review of it someday. And it will be a first time watch review because it'll be me finishing the movie. And then after that, I got a bunch of movies not too long ago, and this is one of them, The Breakfast Club. But also that day, I also got Before Sunrise, which was the first movie to the Before trilogy. And I was going to do a review on that, but I decided I'm going to wait until I watch Before Sunset and Before Midnight, and then I'll just do a video where I review the whole trilogy. I don't know. I kind of feel comfortable that way. Plus, I kind of want to watch Before Sunrise again because I didn't really know what to say about it whenever I was watching it. And I'll be completely honest with you. I don't really know what much to say about this movie, so this review might not be that great. But I haven't even got to the review yet. But anyways, yeah, it took me a bunch of movies to finally do another review. But anyways, so, like I said, I will review Inside Man someday, but as a rewatch review, and I will do a first time watch review for Sin City sometime, and I will do a review for the whole Before trilogy. That is once I get Before Sunset and Before Midnight. I only, as of right now, I've only seen Before Sunrise, and I don't even have the other two yet. But and also my internet, my Wi-Fi on my TV is not working right at the moment, so I'm not even streaming anything. I'm actually just I'm buying DVDs and Blu-rays and watching them from there. And also because I like to collect DVDs and Blu-rays. So yeah, so that's actually what I'm doing right now. I don't really give a shit about streaming at the moment, but anyways, so yeah, that explains why I'm reviewing The Breakfast Club and not Inside Man. So I'm sorry it took me 5 minutes to explain that, but anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this review, shall we? So, okay, The Breakfast Club. This came out in 1985 and was written and directed by, of course, John Hughes, who's done a bunch of high school movies such as 16 Candles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, hence the shirt I'm wearing. This wasn't even planned, by the way. This was actually just the next shirt I had in line in my closet. And then I realized, hey, that's interesting. I'm reviewing The Breakfast Club while wearing a Save Ferris shirt. But yeah, those movies, and he actually didn't direct Pretty in Pink, so I won't mention that. He did write it, but he didn't direct that one. He did do Weird Science, and he's done other movies, not just high school movies. He's also directed, maybe my favorite by him, either that or Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and Uncle Buck, and another movie or two as well. He's only done like 8 movies, I believe. But anyways, and this is actually my third John Hughes movie that I've seen. I haven't seen 16 Candles or Weird Science yet. The only other 2 John Hughes movies I've seen are Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So yeah, it took me a long time, but I finally got to watch The Breakfast Club last night. And before I jump into it, let me say who the cast are, which everybody probably knows anyways. But so yeah, this movie stars Emilio Estevez, Paul Gleason, Michael Anthony Hall, Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, and Ali Sheedy. I hope I said her name right. I don't know. But anyways, okay, so yeah. Breakfast Club, yeah. So, I mean, most people have seen this movie. This was on my list, on my bucket list for a long time. And this was one of the movies where I said, I said I'd never seen before, and then people would be like, what? You never seen The Breakfast Club? Because everybody's seen The Breakfast Club. But I didn't watch it until last night. So yeah, but I finally got to watch it, and I don't know. I do like this movie, actually, but I don't love this movie, at least yet. I don't know. Anyways, I'll jump into the plot first, which most people know the plot anyways, but I'll just say it anyways. I'll try to describe it the best I can, too, because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, like, everything about it, really, but I know the basic thing. It's about these 5 students who are completely different from each other. We got a popular girl who's called the Princess, Claire, who is played by Molly Ringwald, who's been in a bunch of John Hughes movies like 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink even. We got the jock, or whatever you call him. What was his name? Andrew, played by Emilio Estevez. We got the nerd, aka the brain. Brian, played by Anthony Michael Hall, who's been in a bunch of like 80s movies. Like he was Rusty from National Lampoon's Vacation, and He's been in a bunch of other stuff too. He was even in Edward Scissorhands. He played that asshole boyfriend of Winona Ryder's. But yeah, a completely different character from this movie. We got probably the most relatable character for me, the basket case, the loser, if you will, kind of, someone who just doesn't have much friends and stuff. Allison, who's played by Ali Sheedy or whatever. And of course, we have John Bender, who's called the criminal, the bad boy, if you will. And he is played, of course, by Judd Nelson, and he's the pretty much the show stealer for this movie. He's the funniest character. I mean, they're all pretty funny, but he's like the one that everyone loves and everyone quotes him the most from this movie. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe? Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, all of these kids, they are all in detention, and the whole film takes place in one day, just them spending their day on a Saturday in detention. It's just the 5 of them too, and at first, they don't get along too well, but then by the end of the movie they do, and stuff, and yeah, it's I understand why people love this movie so much. This really is a good movie, and it's really funny, and also some of these characters, like there's a character for each person. I feel like each person anybody who watches this movie can relate to at least one character, maybe a couple characters. Like I said, the one I relate to the most is Allison, the basket case, because that's kind of how I was in school. I did have friends, but not much. She doesn't really have any friends at all. She's the weirdo, if you will, and so was I. I was the weird one in school. Yeah, she was my favorite. I really related to her the most out of everyone. I didn't really relate to anyone else. Maybe Brian a little bit, because I was kind of a nerd also, but not like a brainiac like he was. So I didn't really relate to him too well, but maybe just a little bit. But no, Allison was the most relatable character for me, and she was my favorite one. But yeah, people love this movie because they can relate to these characters, and yeah, I completely understand why people love this movie, and I'll go ahead and say some positives. I think this is a very well written movie. John Hughes did a great job writing this film. But I don't know. In terms of directing, honestly, I'm just being honest here, it's not great. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's something missing from this film. I'm not really sure what, but I'm just being flat honest here. I feel like this movie could have been better. And it's not the best high school movie or the best coming of age film that I've ever seen. And I'm a sucker for those kind of movies, especially coming of age films. I love coming of age movies. I love stuff like Stand By Me is probably my favorite. I also really like some that I reviewed for this channel, like The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Lady Bird. And also like The Edge of 17, which I didn't review for the channel, but that's one of my favorites as well. And also just like high school movies in general. Like I love Superbad and some others, as well. I can't really think of much at the top of my head right now. I even like American Pie. So yeah. And this movie is definitely an influence. I don't know about Stand By Me because I think that movie came out like the year after this one did. But all those others I mentioned, this is definitely probably an influence on all of them. Um, just your typical high school comedy film, and even a coming of age movie. You can even call it that. And and like I said, I love those movies. I love those kind of films. But all those movies I just mentioned, I like them all better in this movie. I don't know. Maybe the more times I watch this, I'll probably like it a lot better. But at the moment, I don't know. It's just not quite there for me. I kind of feel like this could have been better. But I do think the script is good. I think, like I said, I think John Hughes did a really good job writing this film, but not really the best job at directing this movie. I even think Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I think those are better directed films, and even just better films in general, if I'm just going to be completely honest, and even funnier films. This is a funny movie. This is a really funny movie. I laughed quite a bit. But I don't know. It's just not quite up there for me. Yeah. So yeah, this is probably, this video is getting a little long, but the review itself is going to be a little bit short. This video is mostly long because of that, me explaining why it took so long to do a review. But yeah, I don't know. As of right now, The Breakfast Club, I like it, but I don't love it. Like, I was even thinking about giving this a C minus, or no, not C minus, a C plus, which meant would be a honest review. But I decided not to, because I actually, my last like I said, my last review was True Romance, and I was originally going to give that a C minus or C plus, and that was going to be an honest review. But actually, I changed my mind. I do kind of like that movie a little, so I gave it a B minus. But I actually like this better than True Romance. So, because of the story, like the story is the story and the script and the dialogue and even the humor and the characters I love about this film. So, that holds it up for me. It's just, I think the direction and just like, I don't know, just certain parts about this movie. I can't even explain myself real good about what I don't like about this movie, but I just felt like there was some stuff it could have done better in the film. Like, I don't know. There's some scenes I didn't really care for too much. So I guess that's the best I could say it. But I am going to give this a fair grade. I'm going to give The Breakfast Club a B. Right in the middle of the B's, just a B, not a B minus or a B plus, just a B. I think that's a fair grade to give it. I'm sorry if you think it should get an A even, or at least a B plus. I apologize for that, but it's just not quite a B plus. But at least it's higher than a B minus. I don't know. I actually like this movie more than I don't like it, to be honest. But I don't know. It just, since this is a first time watch movie, if I was doing this as a rewatch review, then maybe I would, maybe this will be higher as the grade. But right now, The Breakfast Club, I give it a B. So yeah, Breakfast Club, a B. All right, so there's my review for The Breakfast Club. So in the comments, tell me, have you seen The Breakfast Club? You probably have. But if not, tell me that as well. If you haven't, I do recommend it because it is a very good film. Also, what's your favorite John Hughes movie? For me, that's either, like I said, either Ferris Bueller or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I'm kind of leaning toward that, actually, because I really enjoyed that film. And what's your favorite high school movie for me, that would probably be Superbad. And what's your favorite coming of age movie? I think probably Stand By Me or The Perks of Being a Wallflower is my favorite for coming of age movies. And I think I've asked that quite a bit, actually, of like, what's your favorite coming of age movies? But yeah, anyways, I'm not going to say what my next review will be because, like I said I was going to review Inside Man, but it turns out I'm not. So I'm not going to say what my next review will be. It'll be a rewatch review, hopefully. But I will also do some more videos. In fact, as soon as I get done with this one, I think I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do like some top 5 and top 10 videos. I'm not going to say what they are, but anyways, look out for those. And I'll see you then. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you then. Okay, peace.